Hey everyone, welcome back to Invest Insights Central. Today, we're diving into something you probably see almost every day: credit cards and debit cards. They might look the same, but trust me, there's more to these little plastic cards than meets the eye. We'll uncover their secrets, explore how they work, and help you figure out which one's right for you. By the end of this video, you'll be a card-carrying expert. Let's get started. So, what exactly are these things? A credit card and a debit card are both used to buy stuff, but the way they work is totally different. Let's start with the debit card. When you use it, you're spending your own money. Think of it like carrying cash, but instead of paper bills, your money is stored digitally in your bank account. Every time you swipe, the exact amount is instantly pulled from your account. Now, a credit card? That's where things get interesting. When you use a credit card, you're actually borrowing money from the bank. It's like a mini loan every time you swipe. The bank pays the store for you, and later, you pay the bank back. But here's the cool part. When you borrow that money, you don't have to pay it back right away. Most credit cards give you a grace period, usually around 25 to 30 days, to pay off what you've spent before any extra fees kick in. If you pay your bill in full during that time, you're in the clear. No interest charges, no extra fees. But if you don't, the bank starts charging you interest, essentially a fee for borrowing their money for longer. And this interest isn't just a few pennies, it can be pretty high, often around 15% to 25% of what you owe. So if you're not careful, that $100 pair of sneakers could end up costing you a lot more. So how do they work behind the scenes? Let's break it down, starting with debit cards. Imagine this. Every time you use your debit card, your bank checks if you've got enough money. If you do, bam! The money's gone from your account and you're done. It's fast, it's simple, and it's directly tied to your checking account. With debit cards, it's like your money's on a leash. It can only go so far as what's in your account. You try to buy something that costs more than you have, your bank will say, nope, not happening. Sometimes if you've signed up for something called overdraft protection, the bank might let you go a little over, but they'll charge you a fee for it. And trust me, those fees can add up quickly. But with a credit card, it's a bit different. You're building up a tab, like at a restaurant. Every purchase you make adds to this tab. At the end of the month, you get a bill from the bank saying, hey, you owe us this much money. If you don't pay it all back, they start charging you interest on whatever's left. Now, here's where things get a bit more technical, but super important. Your credit limit. This is the maximum amount of money the bank will let you borrow at one time. It's based on things like your credit score and how responsible you've been with credit in the past. If you hit that limit, your card will be declined until you pay off some of your balance. Also, using too much of your credit limit can hurt your credit score, even if you're making payments on time. It's usually a good idea to keep your spending below 30% of your limit. Credit cards can be super handy. Some even give you rewards like cashback, travel points, or discounts on things like gas or groceries. It's like getting paid to spend money you were going to spend anyway. But don't get too excited just yet. There's a catch. To get those rewards, you usually have to spend a certain amount each month, or the rewards might only apply to specific purchases. And here's the kicker. If you don't pay off your balance in full, the interest you owe could wipe out any rewards you earned. Plus, credit cards offer something called purchase protection. Let's say you buy a new phone and it gets damaged or stolen soon after. Your credit card company might help you replace it or get your money back. Some cards even extend the warranty on items you buy. But remember, if you don't pay it back on time, you'll end up owing even more. Credit cards can be like quicksand, easy to step into but hard to get out of if you're not careful. The more you owe, the more interest piles up, making it harder to pay off. Debit cards are safer if you're not great at managing money. You can only spend what you have, so no scary bills at the end of the month. And since you're using your own money, there's no interest to worry about. But there's a downside too. Debit cards usually don't offer the same rewards or purchase protections that credit cards do. And if someone steals your debit card and goes on a shopping spree, it can be a hassle to get your money back. Also, debit cards don't help you build credit. Your credit score, which is like your financial report card, shows how good you are at borrowing and paying back money. Using a credit card responsibly can help you build a good credit score, which is super important for things like getting a loan or renting an apartment. So when should you use a credit card? And when is it better to stick with a debit card? Use a debit card if you're buying everyday stuff like groceries, gas, or that snack from the vending machine. It's straightforward. Your money goes in, your money goes out. Plus, it helps you stay within your budget because you can't spend more than you have. Debit cards are also great for things like paying bills, especially recurring ones like your phone or utility bill. It's a set amount each month, and using a debit card ensures you're only paying with money you have. But if you're making a big purchase, like a new phone, laptop, or booking a vacation, a credit card can be a good idea. Not only can you earn rewards, but many credit cards offer extra protection on large purchases. This can include things like extended warranties, purchase protection, and even travel insurance. And if you're buying something online, using a credit card can give you an extra layer of security. If the website turns out to be sketchy, your credit card company can help you dispute the charge and get your money back. Plus, it's easier to track fraudulent charges on a credit card than a debit card. Credit cards are also handy for travel. Many credit cards don't charge foreign transaction fees, and some offer perks like travel insurance, rental car coverage, and access to airport lounges. Just make sure to pay off your balance so your dream vacation doesn't turn into a debt nightmare. Here are some pro tips to keep you ahead of the game. First, always pay your credit card bill on time. Late payments can hurt your credit score, which is like your financial report card. And nobody wants bad grades, right? Your credit score is super important. It's what banks use to decide if they should lend you money in the future, like for a car, a house, or even for renting an apartment. A good score can save you a ton of money in the long run, so don't mess it up. Second, don't spend more than you can afford, even with a credit card. Remember, it's borrowed money, not free money. Just because you have a $5,000 limit doesn't mean you should use it all. It's best to spend only what you can pay off each month, so you don't get stuck with interest charges. And finally, keep an eye on your accounts. Whether you're using a debit or credit card, always know where your money is going. Check your statements regularly to make sure there aren't any sneaky charges or mistakes. If you see something that doesn't look right, report it to your bank or credit card company right away. Another great tip is to use a budgeting app or tool to track your spending. This can help you stay on top of your finances and avoid overspending. There are tons of apps out there that make it super easy to see where your money's going and how much you have left to spend. So, there you have it. Credit cards and debit cards might look the same, but they do totally different things. Both can be super helpful tools if you use them wisely. Remember, it's not just about spending money, it's about managing it smartly. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. What do you think? Credit card or debit card? What's your go-to? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other money-related questions, drop them in the comments too. I'd love to help out.